Hi, my name's Simon and I'm a PhD student at the University of Exeter. And if you've watched my videos before, you might know that I have struggled in the past with my mental health. Specifically, like a lot of students, I struggled with my mental health around the exam and revision period. Recently, I got to sit down with Josie. Josie works at the University of Exeter's Wellbeing Centre, and we were able to talk for some time about issues like exam anxiety and stress, about adapting to life at the university at the start of the year, and also general student wellbeing throughout the academic year. The Wellbeing Centre here at Exeter is fantastic, but it's indicative of services that are available in universities and campuses all over the world. So if any of the issues that we talk about in this video have affected you and they think might be relevant to you, I'd highly recommend that you get in touch with your campus wellbeing and mental health services. Honestly, I regret every day that I didn't get in touch with my services sooner when I was going through my difficult period. This is the first video of hopefully quite a series where we're going to be talking about these issues, and to begin with I asked Josie what exactly wellbeing meant.
So wellbeing is one of those kind of umbrella terms which I suppose is just used quite generally, but wellbeing at university, we think of wellbeing I suppose in terms of health and our emotional and mental health, which can fluctuate just like our physical health can. And there are going to be certain times at university where maybe we're not going to feel so well in ourselves. So I suppose that's where we try and use the term well-being rather than mental health, because it's not always about mental health difficulties.
So what kind of services then do you offer to students?
Okay, so at the Wellbeing Centre at Exeter we have a number of different options. We have various different psychological therapies available, such as cognitive behavioural therapy, counselling. We have different groups and workshops as well, just as a way of giving people kind of strategies and ways of coping. So workshops on things like stress busting, exam stress busting, procrastination, perfectionism, the kind of common things that a lot of people kind of go through. Mindfulness, we do a kind of group on mindfulness and compassion. So they're the sort of therapeutic kind of things that we do. Then we also have mental health advisors that work for us as well. And basically they can work with students that have a diagnosed mental health difficulty, where it's been going on for longer than a year and it impacts on their course and study. And they can look to make any kind of reasonable adjustments that might make it kind of might make the time at uni for those students more manageable. So if there's certain things which are affected by the mental health problems, there might be some adjustments that can be made that might make that a bit easier, whether that's around kind of extensions or specific exam arrangements. Some students might be eligible for the Disabled Students Allowance as well, which is a certain amount of money which can fund their support for university. So they might be able to have access to a mentor, which is a mental health practitioner that can work with them on an ongoing basis, that can focus on things like study and working towards deadlines and things like that.
So it's not just really serious, the kind of things that people go to the NHS for. It's a range of services. It's the entire spectrum of people feeling, going from feeling down to medical conditions.
Yeah, it's much broader than a lot of NHS services, which are more specific around certain kind of difficulties.
And presumably you get an awful lot of students that come to you with this kind of thing. I mean, it's not a rare thing for people to come to campus services for these things. Oh,
no, we have a lot of demand here at the Wellbeing Centre. So through term times we're always really busy. And to be honest, what we can offer fluctuates as well depending on our demand at different times of year.
So people shouldn't feel that they have to wait for how they're feeling to reach a certain level of severity before they get in contact. They shouldn't feel that they have to be a certain level of of mental health before they feel that you can help them. Would you say they should get into contact as soon as they think there might be a problem?
Yeah, I think it's always a lot easier to kind of work through problems that earlier on they're kind of identified. And we do have different kind of levels of support here as well. So sometimes we do get students contacting us saying, oh, I feel like I'm wasting your time and I'm sure you've got people that are far worse off that you need to see. And that's absolutely not the message that we want to be giving, because actually it can be really helpful to kind of intervene a lot earlier with those difficulties before they get too out of hand and more difficult to manage.
Do you think people should just chance it, and even if they feel like they're being silly, just get into contact just to touch base with wellbeing?
Yeah, but I mean what we do here is we can offer a kind of 15 minute telephone call triage appointment. So even if a student wanted just to talk to someone to just see what a practitioner thought and what kind of support there might be available. They don't have to take it any further if they don't want to, but at least it's the chance to get in contact and speak to somebody and just get some advice on what different options are available.
So if in doubt, just get in touch.
Just get in touch, yeah. So really there's no time not to get in contact, basically, if anybody thinks that they are kind of really struggling. And like I say, it might just be a matter of coming in and having a single session with somebody, because what we do here at Exeter, which may vary from university to university, is we don't just offer kind of counselling or cognitive behavioural therapy.